Good morning, children. Today we are going to start chapter number 4, agriculture. So, agriculture, now we are learning about the economic activities. What are economic activities? The activities which are done by the people to earn money are called economic activities. So, agriculture is one of the economic activity. So, economic activities are classified into three types. This three types are primary, secondary and tertiary. So primary activities are those associated with those activities which directly deals with the nature, like agriculture, fishing, food gathering, means growing something from the soil. It's a natural thing. Growing plants is a natural resource and that is used to earn the money. Then fishing, the fisherman catches the fish and sells it in the market. So it is a primary activity, is only earning the money by the primary product. Similarly, gathering, if you are gathering something like collecting leaves and selling it from the forest and selling it to the market, collecting rubber from the rubber trees and selling it to the market, these are called the primary activities. So agriculture is also a primary activities because it deals with growing with the plants. Now secondary activities are those which deal with the converting the primary products into the secondary products. Like for example, the person who is selling the rubber and the person who is buying it, what will he do with that rubber? He will convert into rubber goods. Similarly, though the people who are extracting minerals, like they are engaged in mining is also a primary activity. सीधे rocks निकालना हट के अंदर से, that is called the primary activity. But those who are manufacturing steel, they are converting mineral into metal. So the primary goods are converted into the secondary goods, like cotton. In agriculture the cotton is grown, so cotton is a primary product. There could be cotton farmers also, and manufacturing cloth from cotton is called secondary activities. So all the industries that you see around you, they are the part of secondary activity. So primary means anything which is extracted directly from the nature is called primary activity, and converting the primary products into secondary goods is called secondary activity, are called secondary activities. Then tertiary are those which provide services. Services are being provided in the tertiary sector, like if you are extracting if you are growing crops, catching fish or gathering the material, then it has to be transported to the people, or you need money for doing agriculture, fisherman has to buy the net, the farmer has to buy fertilizer, seeds, machines, tractors. So all these services to them will be provided by banks. Then advertising their products, manufacturing of the goods require advertising it also. Then transporting the goods from the place of manufacturing to the supply places, and then the primary products are transported to the industries. So the people who are engaged in providing services to both the activities, primary as well as secondary activity, they are such services are called tertiary activities. So trade, transport, banking, insurance, advertising, teaching, all these professions come under the tertiary activities. So as we know, agriculture is a primary activity, but it includes many things, not only growing of crops, but fruits, vegetables, flowers, and even rearing of livestock. What do you mean by livestock? Live matlab which have life, like animals. Animal rearing is called rearing of the livestock. That is also included in agriculture. All the activities that can be done from the soil, like you can grow crops from the soil, fruits from the soil, vegetables from the soil, where the flowers from the soil. And why rearing of the livestock here is included in agriculture? Because the animals also depend upon plants directly. So that is why rearing of the livestock, because the farmers have to grow the fodder crops also for the animals. So this activity and this rearing of livestock can only be done on the agricultural land. You cannot imagine of keeping many animals at your house in cities. So that is only, it requires big land, then plants also for animals to graze. That is why it is included in the agriculture. So this rearing of livestock is also the part of agriculture. So 50% of the world's population is doing agriculture, some kind of fruit, crop, vegetable, flower, or animal rearing. They are engaged in that. But in India, it is, the percentage is very high. It is about 66%. 2/3 of India's population is dependent on agriculture. So why? Because India has many favorable factors to do have so. Why in India the agriculture is done on in such a large scale? Because it has favorable topography of soil. Soil is very good. Favorable topography, good soil, and climate. These three factors are required. Land should be good, it should be a plain land. Then soils, very fertile soils, and the climate also favorable. Like you have all the seasons, the temperature should be not too cold, not too hot. So all these three things exist in India, and if they exist in any other place in the world, that place would be doing agriculture. So the three factors which determine the agriculture, distribution of agriculture, are favorable topography. This off is not here. So favorable topography 1, soil 2, and the good climate. These three factors, wherever they are good, the agriculture is done on a large scale. And on the land where the agriculture is done is called arable land. Means it can be cultivated. Agriculture can be done on this land. So that land is called arable land. So let us see the map. On the map, if you will see, there are lot of places where, see this here, North America, a lot of agriculture is done. Then South America, see in these places. Then see Europe, here such a dark green patch you are seeing, and then see India, it's a whole India. And then also China. China is also an agricultural country. See China. But in the many parts in Africa, there you can see white portion because they are deserts. See this white portion, it is a cold desert. It is covered with ice in Russia and all. And then again, this land is not good, plateau region hai, or it is a mountainous region, the soil is not good. This sea in North America, this is blank, this is covered with the ice, it is not having agriculture. And then other portions also. So where the three factors are available, favorable topography means land, then soil, and then the climate, there only the agriculture can be done. Now agriculture has culture and agriculture. It is made up of two words, agriculture. So science and art of cultivating on soil. How do you cultivate the soil? Raising crops and rearing livestock. If you do the gardening at your house also, you see that requires lot of science and also an art. So that is then you have to water the plants, then what kind of fertilizer will be given, and so this, then you raise the plants, the weeding, cutting, everything is done. So that is why it is a science and art. So that is called agriculture. Then culture word is used in many of the things, like sericulture, silkworms. Silkworms are fed on the mulberry trees, bushes, and then the cocoon of that is collected to make the silk fiber. Then pisciculture is the rearing of fish, means breeding of fish, especially how to grow fish, how to cultivate fish is called pisciculture. Not catching fish is not called pisciculture. How do you increase the population of fish, how they are being the breeding is done, so that you may get more and more fresh, that is called pisciculture. Then viticulture is called cultivation of grapes, is called viticulture. And then horticulture. Now we have seen that growing vegetable, flowers, fruits, all these are the part of agriculture only, but still this thing is called a horticulture. Growing vegetable, flowers, fruit for commercial purposes is called horticulture. So it comes under horticulture. So agriculture, sericulture is also part of agriculture. Then viticulture is also part of agriculture. Horticulture is also a part of this agriculture. Then pisciculture is also, in villages there are small ponds, and people breed fish in those ponds and collect them for their own eating. They eat themselves, or they can sell them in the market also. So it is also a part of agriculture. Now we will see the next is farm system. How does agriculture works? Now farm system is a very complicated and very laborious phenomena, because here lot of manual labor is required. The soil is cultivated, then seeds are sown, then they are being taken care of, because since they are in open, they can be hit by the nature, rainfall, or say no rain. So all these factors make the agriculture a very difficult job. So that is the farm system. It requires three things. Inputs means first you have to use seeds, chemicals and machinery. These are the various inputs. Then processing, like plowing, sowing, spraying, all these are the various processes that are being done on the farms, and then you get the output in the form of crops. So input, processes and outputs. So this way it is also a big the big system, in the sense it also requires manual labor plus the money also. Then physical inputs. Now in inputs you can see there are two types of inputs: physical inputs and human inputs. Physical inputs means sunshine, temperature, slope, soil and rainfall. Means nature, what nature is giving you, that is very essential for agriculture especially. So all these factors are called physical inputs, whereas human inputs are, and that's in this, if you see if I tell you the ratio, that will be 50-50. If the 50% of the physical inputs are required, then 50% of the human inputs are also required. Like you have to bring the chemicals, you have to bring the machines, then labor yourself, then irrigation, you can see irrigation is provided, and then storing the grain, it is also a big human input, because the grains are grown in large quantities and they have to be stored also, otherwise they will be rotten. So that is also a big problem for agriculture. So that requires lot of human input. So these are the two inputs for types of inputs: physical inputs and the human inputs. So this plowing, sowing, irrigation, weeding, harvesting, all these processes are done by man himself, the farmer himself. Then in the form of output you get crops if you are grown agriculture. Then if you are rearing sheep, animals, you can get wool. Then if you are rearing animals for milk, you will get dairy products. And if you are rearing like poultry, like your goat, sheep, which are also used for eating, the animals which are being eaten also, that is called poultry, especially chickens and goats. So that is why these outputs you will get. So they have to reared first, they kept, reared, fed, and then they are being sold in the market for meat. So this way all these are the outputs which you get from agriculture.